Live from Loudmouth Central, you're listening to Loudmouth Fisticuffs, hosted by combat sports analyst Joshua Furs and international ring announcer Mr. Live Worldwide Jeff Houston. Half sports show, half comedy show, and half conspiracy show. 100% in your face. So open your ears, shut your mouth, and have a good fucking time.
Well, I know one thing. I'm having a good fucking time with you, my friend. Mr. Live Worldwide, Jeff Houston. I am Joshua Furs. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to Loudmouth Fisticuffs episode Trace. I don't know how to say it. Trace uno? No.
31. No, 31. 31.
31. 31, 31.
Not 13. Trece is 13. 31. 31.
That's it. Guys, we thank you so much for getting us here. Can't say it enough, so I won't. I'll say it a couple more times, maybe. I don't know.
You say it way too many fucking times.
That's all right.
Especially to all the 10 to 12 people that tune in on a weekly basis. But we appreciate those 10 to 12, regardless.
Hey, you know what? That's not true. More than 10 to 12. All right, Jeff? More than 10 to 12. And
my apologies. 13 to 15.
I just have to say that, we got a lot to talk about. BKFC 13 is upon us. It's fight week. And it feels good to say that again, so close in between fights. And it was great to have the toe of the line card. It really, I was talking to somebody about it, and it really feels like, it shortens the gap a whole lot between bare knuckle fights. And, thank God, for toe of the line. And then now we have bare knuckle. And then next week again, it's toe of the line again, October 16th, the following Friday, October 16th. So,
Plant City, Florida,
main event, Chop and Travis Animal Thompson. So
I'm so happy to see Travis on the main event status. I always believed at one point he would make main event status. May not have happened with BKFC, but it did happen with Toe the Line Fight Series, and he has an opportunity to own Toe the Line Fight Series moving forward and kind of be the standard bearer for bare knuckle fighters, and that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then I guess we can touch base on UFC. It was this past weekend. There's a UFC coming up, I think, every weekend for the next few weeks.
You didn't watch it.
I self-admittedly, I didn't watch it. I'm sorry. I had a lot of stuff going on. Shame on me. Shame on me.
For those of you who will be listening on the audio version, he was disciplining himself, but he could have done a whole lot better because I don't see tears, I don't see blood, and I don't see a written apology.
I don't know why, but disciplining myself, it just didn't sound right. Maybe it's just my brain. It doesn't sound right.
It's just your brain.
I need to go discipline myself, Jeff. Excuse me.
Okay, after taking a shower, I didn't think I could feel any more dirtier. And as he slowly excuses himself from off screen as well. Scary shit going on this Tuesday. But it's a good Tuesday nonetheless. It may not be Taco Tuesday, but it's Taco Tuesday for some people. And no tacos, no Tuesdays, no problems. We still have got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's go ahead and jump right in where the water is. I wouldn't say that it's warm, but it's enough to get your nipples at attention. Let's talk about BKFC 13, Tony's Pizza Event Center. Yep. I love it when I see event centers that have the interesting names that are sponsored by. But you know something? I love Tony's Pizza for many, many years, so therefore I don't have a problem with it, man. Salina, Kansas, October 10th, live on the BKTV app. Once again, guys, bareknuckle.tv. Tell you everything that you need to know about the events and the events coming up. And, of course, you remember Mr. Joshua Furs, that the main event for BKFC 14 is just about good to go. And that is going to be the long-anticipated event, which will be against Mr. Jim Allers and Luis Palomino. This thing has been building like a powder keg. And I have a feeling it is going to explode wherever it lands. We do not have, or at least I have not been given a venue location as of yet. I've been told it's either going to be Daytona Beach or Pensacola. So it looks like it's going to be in the Florida area. Also, Mr. David Feldman on social media today said that there's something exciting coming up for December.
Going to change the game, is how he put it.
And I always love it when David Feldman talks changing the game, considering the game is just only 2 years old.
Yeah.
On that. Speaking of which, you and I talked about something. Now, before we move on to BKFC 13, I'd like to bring up something that we talked about previously. If you remember, we were talking about the original BKFC. I'm talking about numero uno, June the 2nd, 2018. Stop trying to fucking Vogue, okay? If you're gonna Vogue,
I'm trying to walk like an Egyptian, Jeff.
There, that's how you Vogue.
I was trying to walk like an Egyptian. I wasn't trying to Vogue.
Oh, okay. So now you're a backup dancer for the fucking Bengals. Nice.
I don't know. Don't be mad.
Nice. All the cops in the donut shops, they say, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh.
It's a catchy song, man. I think it doesn't get enough credit nowadays.
I never said it wasn't. I actually saw the Bengals live when I was younger. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. And they kicked ass. They were very, very, very good. They sounded just the same, all good stuff. I mean, who didn't get down at one point to walk like an Egyptian? Come on. Everybody did. But getting back to what I was saying about the original advertising that you saw for the majority of media and social media that was talking about BKFC 1, and they were saying the first ever legal state sanctioned bare knuckle fighting event since 1889. Well, as I told you, I had a very pleasant talk. We did not have and we're having a little bit of technical problems already, ladies and gentlemen, but that's no problem because that just makes it more fun. But we had a pleasant conversation. And I went ahead and I brought this to his attention because I don't ever remember in 1889 any state sanctioning, backing any bare knuckle fights, especially the main fight between John L. Sullivan. What was it? Sullivan and who did he fight?
Kilrain?
Yeah, Jake Kilrain. Yeah, that's right.
But
and Jake Kilrain,
where is that blasted Scott Burt when you need him? Where is he?
I'm not worried about it right now because we had, as I said, a very nice and civil discussion about that. And he informed me that there was no state sanctioning to any bare knuckle event in United States history back in the 1800s, in the late 1800s. And as a matter of fact, as you know, Josh, at the conclusion of that fight, both bare knuckle fighters were arrested.
Yeah.
So the only sanctioning that went down of anything was the Police Gazette sanctioning behind the championship belt. That's the only sanctioning that went down as far as that. And of course, to report the fight itself. They were reporting on the fight itself, but there was no state sanctioning. So therefore, what took place on June the 2nd, 2018 was the first ever legal and state sanctioned bare knuckle fighting event in American history. The very first one. Now, there have been legal bare knuckle fights before that David Feldman has promoted, but those bare knuckle fights were held on Native American land or casinos. Right. So therefore, there was no state athletic commission or state sanctioning behind those events, but they were still legal.
Right.
Because it was tribal commissions that were sanctioning them. So that advertising is incorrect. We were the first, which makes everything that's happening that much more justified, especially the fact that we were the first to have the first feeder league. So because we've done all of these monumental firsts, I'm not surprised that we will continue to have firsts upon firsts upon firsts that will be taking place throughout the entire life cycle of bare knuckle fighting championships. So for those of you out there, we were the first. And we're the best as of right now. No one has challenged us as of right now. So we were the first and we're the best.
I think I've gotten a lot of slack from certain people, but I really don't think that there's any debating right now. It's a true statement. It's not a biased statement. Of course, you work for them, and I cover them a lot, but I don't think it's that biased to say they are the best right now, because there literally isn't anybody else.
Who can challenge it? Who can challenge it right now?
Valor did the one show, and the rumor on the street is they're getting ready to do another show. BYB, but I really wouldn't even put BYB, and with all due respect to the people running that show, it's not the same. It doesn't have the same, and again, you touched on it, when we were talking before, that the level of professionalism and mainstream, they're just not, it's just different. It's not the same product, right?
Well, it's not only that, Josh. The big difference between us and them is consistency.
Sure. Yeah.
We are growing.
Yeah.
They are not.
Right.
They are not. They may have had their respected shows, and I don't have an issue with that. But they can't claim to be any kind of competition with us, because we turn out more content. We evolve. Yeah. Even though that we're as young as we are still in an evolution process. We're turning out new stars. Yep. We're signing big names all the time to BKFC. People are coming to us in droves to fight for BKFC. So therefore, how can you argue that statement that we are the best? You can't. There's no one that can challenge us as of right now. BKB, they're doing their part and such, but they're not as polished around the edges as we are. We do not have a back alley look, even though that's the way that so many people still kind of look at bare knuckle fighting. They still look at it as underground. They still look at as, backstreet, kind of not Backstreet Boys. Thank God that wouldn't look good on us and everything like that. But, we do not, how about this? We do not want it that way. Okay.
Right.
We do not. We want it professional, and we want it to have that mainstream appearance. And it absolutely does. It has that mainstream appearance. We have got celebrity after celebrity endorsing BKFC. We have big names that are working with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship that others do not currently have. So therefore, no one can contend or contest that of right now.
And I think another interesting point is, with all the first in the midst of, this pandemic, and I still hate saying that, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Amidst when everybody is shutting down, all the sports are shutting down, nobody's having fans. Who was the first to have fans? Like, who was the first sporting event
as far as
national level?
As far as combative sports, us. We were
BKFC. Right,
we were the first one. We were the first one to bring back 25% occupancy to a venue.
And politics aside, Mr. President Trump, he called up Dave. He called up Dave Feldman. Wished him luck,
and wished him luck. Said he would be watching.
That's regardless of where you are. Yeah, it's irrelevant.
Yeah,
it's irrelevant.
Don't you hate that you have to say that? That you have to set that up.
Do.
I mean, regardless of how people feel or anything like that. I'm like, it's the president of the fucking United States.
It's whether
or not he's your president or whatever the fuck you choose to say, it's still the president of the United States calling you when he doesn't have to, and wishing you well. That's a big deal.
I'd love to know, like, how did that happen? Did Dave look at his phone and it's like a blocked number and it's like, hello, please hold for the president of the United States. How did that happen?
I get this.
Hello, Mr. Feldman. It's me, Donnie.
Donnie. Hello, Mr. Feldman. It's me, the president, Donald Trump. Yes. Dave, I just wanted to tell you, BKFC is doing big things. And as you know, I like big things. It's all about America. Yeah. No, I'm not making fun of him, man. I'm not making fun. That was a feather in the cap for Mr. David Feldman, who just recently celebrated his birthday. So happy belated birthday, boss. Sending birthday wishes out to you. quick, unfortunate side note. 2020 is just a sucky year. It's a horrible year, and we just lost another one today, ladies and gentlemen. A good one. Eddie Van Halen passed away today.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Shit.
He passed away from extensive throat cancer. He was 65.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he had cancer issues previously in his life, and he had been cancer-free a couple of times, but unfortunately, it came back. Yeah, I know, Travis. That's big. That's big. Probably, I mean, one of the gods when it came to the axe. That's for sure. And it's just so sad. This year just keeps getting worse and worse and claiming a lot of greats. But Eddie Van Halen passed away 65 today. We will miss you, brother. That's virtuoso of the rock guitar. Most definitely. I even remember when I was a kid, the first time that I heard Eruption. I had just lost it. And I remember when I was a kid, the first time that I had heard that Eddie Van Halen did the guitar work for Beat It.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I just started paying attention to Van Halen more and more and more. And I even stuck with him through the Sammy Hagar days. And not everybody did. Not everybody did. A lot of people thought, David Lee Roth got a raw deal. When he walked away and such. But, they did the best that they could, and they ended up rolling with Sammy. And Sammy did his part. Sammy tried to hit those levels that David Lee Roth. I mean, of course, he's no David Lee Roth. But I'm going to tell you, he did his part. And, they mended fences a couple of times, moving forward. But that's just such a shame, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah, it's crazy. Van Halen, they were, obviously they're by the time I was kind of growing up, their heyday was kind of long gone, but they were one of the bands that I really, 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 really enjoyed. Van Halen. Yeah, like the Sammy Hagar era. Yeah, okay. I mean, we got Right Now, and we got a couple good albums out of it, but
oh, come on. Why Can't This Be Love? That's a great song.
I mean, no, it's a good song too, right? No, that's a great song too. Yeah, man.
You know what did it for me for Right Now? Don't you remember they used Right Now when they came out with Crystal Pepsi?
I do not remember that.
I can't believe that. When they first came out with Crystal Pepsi, the first commercial that they had the song Right Now in it. So that's another interesting way that I remember Van Halen, of all things and such. Another one that was funny was on an episode of, you remember the Drew Carey Show?
Yeah, I sure do.
There was an episode where Mimi was trying to get Drew out of the house, and she started using psychological warfare, and she just played Panama over and over and over and over again. She was on the outside, and she was like, okay, that last song was Panama by Van Halen, followed by Panama by Van Halen. The next song is going to be Panama by Van Halen.
There you go, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Is this a real commercial?
Yes.
I do not remember this. It's a good song.
It is. It's not a horrible song. It was just very interesting to see it used for a Crystal Pepsi commercial. And I remember that. I loved Crystal Pepsi when it came out. There was a couple of years ago, there was another release of Crystal Pepsi, but I don't remember being as good as it was the first time around. The first time around, it was great.
Yeah, I remember.
It was great. It was great.
Liking it.
It was great, but then they started splicing it with fruits. They did like a lime, and the last one was a lemon. And I never liked it when they added the fruit flavors. It just wasn't as good. But I do remember when they re-released it, there was just so much more corn syrup in it than I remember before. And I just remember it being so more sweet. I mean, maybe that was because you know how you interpret things when you're a child, and it's a full fucking 180 when you become an adult. That maybe I misgauge the sweetness of Crystal Pepsi, and it's just naturally more sweeter when I'm an adult. But I just don't remember it being that corn syrupy when I was a kid. I don't.
I mean, you're probably spot on, because you got to think back then, back in the 90s, they didn't really use all the corn syrup. It was sugar.
They did, but they were sparing with it. They didn't. Yeah. They didn't overload it. They do now because it's cheap.
Right.
They do now because it's cheap. But no, I don't remember it being as good when I tried it. I mean, I still drank the hell out of it because, I mean, it was a delicious throwback.
I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it originally. I did not enjoy the reboot.
You know, the funny thing also, you know, we're talking, here I am talking about retro stuff, about the reboot, talking, you know, how a lot of the younger generation says that our generation is one of the generations that almost fetishizes, you know, throwbacks and retro, and, you know, the retro way, you know, when it comes to looking at that, when it comes to looking back on it, that we're one of the generations that actually does it more than anybody. And you know, the thing about it is, it's always the younger generation that says that we have the issue. The way that I see it, you didn't live then. You weren't acclimatized to life being so much more simple. You know, there were so many. You just have so many modern conveniences that you just don't understand that having less back then was awesome. It really was. We worked. I mean, even though it's nice that we have Wi-Fi, it's nice that we have certain advantages in the modern time. I'm not going to lie. I'm not completely and totally stuck in the past, but there were just certain things that I remember growing up as a kid enjoying more. And I would have loved to have seen this generation appreciate that, but they don't.
I think, you know, I'm in a similar boat. You know, I appreciate the technology advancements that we have, and the
how can you not
the ability to contact someone at a whim, anytime, anywhere, right? But there's something about, it's like, I don't know, man. I almost think that we're too fucking connected, right? So like, remember, like, the idea of waiting on a phone call, like at home, like waiting by the phone. Like, you remember that expression? I mean, I know like people wait for phone calls still now, but like it was a different kind of meaning back then. Like, literally, you waited by the phone in your fucking house, wherever the phone was. If you're expecting like an important phone call, it's not like you could just take your phone with you and still go about your day. You couldn't do that. Right. You literally had to wait. You know, you had to fucking wait for a phone call. Just little weird, simple things like that. I mean, I do, on one hand, I appreciate the convenience factor, but on the other hand, it's almost like you don't appreciate some of the other stuff, man. Like, it's an interesting feeling.
What's wrong with being nostalgic? What's wrong with being nostalgic? I don't see any reason. Just because you like the way that things were at one point doesn't mean that you condemn what is.
Right.
I'm not condemning what is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely a year worth condemning.
Well, yeah, for obvious reasons.
I mean, when the world is spinning as usual, I probably don't condemn it as much, because at least, you know, we can still do certain things, see certain people, and have fun outside of quarantine. This is true. But this year, I condemn 2020. I definitely believe that as far as what we are able to do, this is definitely one of the worst years of my life when it comes to what you are able to do. I mean, you know, at one point, you're in a position to where nobody's going to tell you, no, you can't go here. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. When the world is spinning, now they're saying, no, you can't go here. No, we don't want you here, because of the way that the world is as of right now. So excuse me for hating 2020. And I know I'm not alone on that.
on the
Oh, I remember this. I remember the static channels. Hey, hey, the porno channels, man. We still got the sound.
It's funny. Well, it's funny. It's funny because that's fun. See, I always thought that was like a weird thing. That's funny that's that universal. Yeah, I remember trying to like watch the channel to see if I could see something, like, and it's like all like fucking, and I'm like, ooh, I think was that a? Wait a minute,
was that a?
Ooh,
I know. Could be a nipple or an eye. That's
what is
true.
that? God, you see that? You see that?
Well, of course it's funny because it's true.
That's fucking hilarious.
True. Yep, the static channels. That's back pay-per-view, even movies back on the static channels during pay-per-view. I can't tell you how many WWF pay-per-views I watched on the static channels, and I still heard it. I still heard everything. Yeah. I could listen to it just fine and such. That's probably one of the reasons that I fell in love with ring announcing, is because I was forced to hear the voices that stood out.
Right.
And, that's how I kind of, continued on with that. But yeah, porn was an interesting proposition during the era of the static channels. Now they don't even give you that. They don't even give you fucking that now. No. You want the porn channel, man. Yeah, you don't pay for it. You got a black fucking screen. No sound, no nothing, just disappointment.
just disappointment, heartache.
Well, no, not heartache. I don't have heartache when I don't watch porn. That's just my dick's not wet, so I mean that's it. Just Hey, it's the truth. It's not heartache. I'm not hard. I don't have heartache when I don't watch porn. I have no heartstrings attached to porn. And if anybody else does, then we got to talk about those issues, or at least you do. There's got to be a couch for you to lie on somewhere.
I don't even know what to say right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course you don't, because I'm the one that's doing the talking. But then again, that's all I do. But anyway, talking about static channel porn, making this transition all the way back to wonderful BKFC 13 and the stacked ass fucking card once again that we are bringing to you from Salina, Kansas. Oh, the main event. I wasn't too sold on it at the beginning, but now that I have seen more and more vignettes, I have seen more promos, and I have seen both fighters on social media plugging this, I am now excited about this fight for the BKFC World Heavyweight title and the Police Gazette Diamond Bare Knuckle World Heavyweight Championship. Marcel Stamps taking on current champ Joey Beltran. I will honestly tell you, I am excited about this one now. I'm interested to see, because it is a very different clash of styles.
Well, it's interesting because Joey kind of put in the words. I mean, honestly, if anybody has a feeling a certain way about it, it's him. And in the interview that you can catch on the BKTV app, the face-to-face with him and Marcel, where he talked about how, it
was good. That kind of reminded me of
it was good.
Kind of HBO Boxing 24/7.
Yep. And one of the things he said was,
"Hey, Howie."
At first, he's like, what the fuck must the higher ups think of me? They're putting me. I'm defending my title against a guy who's never fought at heavyweight. It's a light heavyweight coming up."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what must they think of me? He's like, because the only reason why they're bringing you in is because they think you can beat me. He was like, can you imagine, my seat, me sitting here, in that situation? They're bringing you in specifically because they think or they know you can beat me or whatever, right? And how insulted he was. And then at first, and then he just kind of realized, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. I'm just going to go in there.
He's looking at it like ride back, feed me more.
Yeah.
At this point, he doesn't want to wait anymore, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him from not wanting to wait. I mean, fighters fight. Joey's the kind of guy who doesn't duck fights. He doesn't turn down fights. He may not have understood it at the beginning, but now he's at the position to where he's saying to himself, okay, this kid wants to believe that he's on this level. And if the higher ups believe that he is a worthy challenger, all right, Let's see this. Let's feed him to me. He said, I said, honestly, all I want to do, he said, all he wants to do is get into the ring and get into a fight. Not a tussle, not a bout, not a contest. I can't stand it when fucking anybody, shout out to any ring announcers. I'm not saying anyone specifically, but in the future, if people decide to say bout or contest in bare knuckle fighting, do yourself a favor, man. Don't. Because it's not a bout. It's not a contest. Stop taking that kind of vernacular. It works in boxing. It's iffy in MMA because MMA is still a fucking fight. I'm sorry. Boxing, I can see bout and contest used conservatively. No problem there. But as far as bare knuckle fighting, sorry. It's a fight. It's a fight. 3-6 mafia. Hit him with the left, hit him with the right. It's a fight. Head busser. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I'd like to see you do better, Carl Quigley. That's what I thought. If you were talking, you'd probably sound like the teacher on the Peanuts.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, Carl. Don't fuck with us, Carl. We're loco. Who you trying to
Carl?
Who you trying to mess with? That's it. Don't you know I'm loco?
No, but you know what? To that point, though, I felt the same way when they first announced that fight. I didn't like it. Maybe there's even a part of me that still kind of doesn't like it. Again, it's not so much the fight. I just from a contender title point of view, I don't understand him over however many choices there is.
You're not meant to.
I don't understand.
You're not meant to understand it right now. Anybody who really tries to put any understanding into matchmaking as a whole as of right now it's tough to really wrap your head around it because it's just such a weird fucking time right now. I mean, I don't envy Nate Shook's job because of the way that the world is working as of right now. So I don't envy his job when it comes to matchmaking, even though there are so many fighters that are ready to go. But then again, how many times, seriously, Josh, how many times have we been in a situation where fighters say that they're ready to go and all kinds of fucking drama ensues? And that fighter that was super ready to go ends up not, being stepping ready into the ring or being ready for whatever reason.
Yeah.
When now there's no reason for you not to be ready. There's no reason for you not to be ready unless you got COVID, unless you're sick. And I mean, human extenuating factors, I understand. Hey, we're human. That's just the way it goes. But come on.
Well, let me say this too. I don't want it to seem like I'm not coming down on Nate. Like I get it. It's a fucked up time, and I'm sure I know you're not, but I guess I just want to clarify what I was saying. Like, I get it. I'm sure that, especially in the heavyweight division, that pool isn't as deep as like your 135, 155, 165. Like those are kind of the deeper divisions right now. Maybe even like 195. 195 has a lot of good contenders too. So, but I get that, and you have to kind of move stuff around, and you have to take this piece and put it here, and I get that. So like I'm not crapping on Nate at all. Well, I think it's an exciting matchup. I'm looking forward to the fight. It's gonna be interesting because essentially you have the unstoppable force against the immovable object. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but like Joey Beltran, he gets in your face and he pressures you, and he gets hit. But he's not going no fucking where.
But he
can take it, and he's not going anywhere. Marcel Stamps, he fucking knocks people out cold. So it'll be interesting because we're either going to see, what Joey was talking about when they asked him, like, what are you going to do to win? He's like, look, man, he's like, I don't have that crazy fucking knockout power. I never have. He's like, but what I will do is I'll fucking drown you. I drown everybody.
Yeah. And he has staying power. He has
staying power, and he can keep the same pace from, I don't want to steal your phrase, but from moment one to moment done, he can.
I say that all the fucking time.
I know you do. So I'm gonna have to give you some money for the trademark for it.
You give me money. Yeah, that's rich. That's
Well,
rich.
once everything works out, once all the finalities go through, then we can talk
There
about
he goes again. There he goes again into bullshit central. I thought we were in loudmouth central, but apparently now it's bullshit central. So save yourself the gasoline, sir.
Dakota Cochran, what's up,
yeah.
buddy? Let's see. I was supposed to fight Melvin
Yep.
on the 10th, and he backed out or wasn't ready. Now I'm out of a fight. So fucking dumb. Dude, I'm ready for you to fucking get back in there.
We all are.
100%.
I have enjoyed every time that you have stepped into the squared circle, man. You have always given us fights, and you have always delivered, man. I'm sorry. How many there are so many people that can come into bare knuckle and really, really make an impression. And you are definitely one of those fighters. I mean, look what you did to look at Chris Lieben. Chris Lieben is honestly on the outside. If you take a look at Chris Lieben, he has a look to himself that he is as tough as tough can be. And he admitted to everyone that you hit him the hardest that he's ever been hit before in his entire fight career.
Let me tell you what, I've seen Dakota fight twice live, once MMA and then once bare knuckle, and like, dude, I don't know what it is. I mean, he's fucking brings it. Like, he's the nicest dude, you know, like outside the ring. I mean, everybody is, but he's just one of those guys.
No,
he fucking
I
flips
disagree.
it.
There are some assholes out there, but that's okay. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, Dakota's a really nice guy, but like,
yes, he is.
As soon as that fucking, I don't know what it is, that music hits, or he gets his fucking hands taped up, whatever it is, that switch gets turned, and it's different, man. Dakota's definitely different.
Did you just give him a Sylvester Stallone with the switch over the top? See, what I tried to do is I take my head.
I didn't, but I guess you could do that.
And it's like a switch that goes on.
Switch. I guess you
when
could.
The switch goes on, I feel like a different person. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the truck.
I'm just giving him props. I like Dakota.
I know what you're doing,
like
man.
A lot, but
the comic relief has to kick in somewhere. It has to kick in somewhere. Well,
when's it going to kick in?
It's kicked in long ago. You just have no fucking sense of humor.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to the co-main event, which I am crazy. That is, Dakota. That's one of the movies that is another golden era from my childhood. It's definitely
Over the Top is the shit.
It's a great fucking movie. I remember as I was getting older, I said to myself, I would love to hold a arm wrestling match that had the gimmicks like in that movie. All the characters, especially that one motherfucker, John Grizzly. First thing he did in the
first guy who drank the castor motor oil? Was that guy?
Well, first thing that he did, he ate the cigar.
Yep.
In front of him, and then in the second match, I'm going through you like Castrol funnel.
Yeah.
And he drank the whole Castrol thing of motor oil, and then it was so funny because after that match, he got beat, and then they go backstage to watching him drink Alka-Seltzer and going, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that.
You know, the funny thing, the main guy in the Over the Top, the guy that played Bull Hurley, the real big guy.
He was a real world champion, though, right?
Dude, he was an undefeated.
Yeah, he was a real
world arm wrestling champion.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, there were. John Brzenk was in that movie as well, but he wasn't one of the more notable personalities. He was just one of the arm wrestlers. And John Brzenk is the standard bearer of all arm wrestling. He is the god.
Now he is, yeah.
No. He was up and coming back then.
Right.
And for the past, I don't know, 20 years, he has been the standard bearer. The guy to beat in the heavyweight class. The guy to beat was always John Brzenk. Always John Brzenk. So it was cool that they had all of that talent in that movie. And it was just one of those great 80s movies that was just so well shot, and just it was a great story on top of that. It was a really great story. But no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know, trying to come back and make something like that now, it's unfortunate because, like you were saying, with a lot of those movies, you know, the Stallone movies, the Van Damme movies, and, you know, even like some of the Arnold movies, or like some of that stuff had there was like a nice underlying theme behind it, and usually there was like a really good soundtrack to it, and, you know, all
it
these.
It had movie soundtracks, and it had good people doing the movie soundtracks. In fact, I think what's his name? The guy who was the guy that did Footloose? He did the over the top soundtrack.
I don't know.
I'm going to figure that out right now because that is going to drive me fucking crazy. He did the Footloose, and I can remember
back in like the 80s and 90s where people actually bought like movie soundtracks.
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins. He did a lot. Kenny Loggins also did Danger Zone, right? Top Gun.
He did Danger Zone. He did that song Meet Me Halfway in you don't remember that one? It was on there a couple of times. Meet me halfway across the sky.
Oh, yeah.
A new beginning. Yeah. And then and Sammy Hagar did a song for Over the Top. It was actually the first song during the arm wrestling competition. Winner takes it all.
Yep.
Loser takes a fall.
Yep.
No, so there were some great. So that was another one of those really great movies that just never got as much credit as it should have. Now there is a World Arm Wrestling League, and it's but it's definitely more technical. I mean, there are characters to it, but they're not as gimmicky as they were in the movie Over the Top. You know what I mean? They're not quite as gimmicky. They're real people and such. They sell themselves more than they sell the fucking character. Who they are. But I'd like to see somebody bring something back like that. And I'd also like to see somebody do it like with the way that the prizes were structured. You got $100,000. You got a $250,000 Volvo white tractor truck because they assumed that everybody who was fucking arm wrestling was a truck driver.
Over the Top, just useless information, but hey, it was released February 12th, Thursday, February 12th, 1987. In the theater, it grossed $11.5 million in 1987.
All right, we're having tech.
Yeah, you're stuck, Jeff.
Sorry about that, folks. Oh, there you go. What were you saying?
I was saying, just looking up useless information.
It didn't do too well at the box office.
I mean, it did $11.5 million in 1987. I mean, that's not terrible. In
1987. You said 97, 87.
87, yeah.
87. Well, what was the movie? What was the movie budget? How did it do against the movie budget? Because that's what I'm wondering. If it grossed that, I mean, I would assume that it cost more than that to make the movie.
I mean, there's no way it couldn't have been that fucking big of a budget.
No. Actually, the budget was 2.5. The budget was 2.5. Okay. So I guess back then that would be considered somewhat I guess that would be successful. $16 million gross over a. No. I apologize. Not 2.5. No, I was off. No, I'm sorry. No, 25 million.
Ryan, you must be new here.
Yeah, Ryan, you are definitely a newbie when it comes to that, trying to get us back on track. We do that when we're good and fucking ready.
We'll get back, I promise. No,
we will.
We do a little bit of everything. Appreciate you watching, though. We do a little bit of everything.
Absolutely. But we're going to tell you how it fucking is. But yeah, no. Then it would be a flop. Yeah. If it was a $25 million budget and a box office of 16 million, then it was a flop, which sucks because it shouldn't have been. But then again, that was 1987. There were a lot of movies that Over the Top was going up against. The 80s, it was tough. It was really tough about that. We talk about anything that comes up. Fucking A right.
Amen.
If there's a fly in the fucking room, I bet
you we can get hallelujah past the plate, Howie. Hallelujah past the plate.
If there's a fly that flies in the fucking room, I guarantee we can get 5 minutes out of that motherfucking fly.
Five.
All right, fine. I'm being conservative. Excuse me.
We could do the whole goddamn 90 minutes on that fucking fly. Jeff?
I think I'd probably be fighting for words at one point.
You fight for words?
Oh, my wife is asking me a question. What was the best 80s soundtrack? Ooh, that's
for me.
Just overall,
hands down, right off the blipper here. Rocky IV.
Wow, that's a good one. A lot of Survivor in Rocky IV.
Rocky IV for me. Now, granted, maybe I could. I appreciate that, Ryan. Appreciate you sharing, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Rocky IV, man, was like the whole fucking like Burning Heart. Obviously, there's Eye of the Tiger, but then there's No Easy Way Out. Holy shit!
Eye of the Tiger wasn't in Rocky IV. That was Rocky III.
It was on the soundtrack of 4 though too. It was on 3 and 4 soundtrack. I'm positive.
Huh. I'm trying to remember where in the movie I remember Eye of the Tiger.
The beginning.
Oh, in the
when the two fits.
Yeah.
Because it was.
Oh yeah, when the boxing gloves were turning, and one of them was USA, and one of them was Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. When the boxing gloves turned, one was the American flag, and the other was the Soviet flag, and they flew together.
By the way, I don't know how, but like that was pretty fucking cool, especially like back then.
Dude, the graphics for that. This was what, 1985. This was 1985, I think, that Rocky IV came out, either 84 or 85, and that was pretty impressive graphics for around 84 and 85.
85, November 85.
Yeah, that right there was probably one of the coolest entrances into Rocky. I'd say that's the greatest opening, Rocky bumper. Definitely that. But my favorite song, the one that I remember the most in that was No Easy Way Out.
It's a great song.
Well, what's weird is that he's rocking this out in the one Lamborghini that is like was the least desired back in 1985. He had a Lamborghini Jalpa that he was running around in. And I just don't understand why he treasured that one, because he had a Countach. He had a Countach, and that was the Lamborghini back then. You remember the Quattro Val 5000s? The ones with the gull wing? Yeah, you remember the Lamborghinis with the gull wing doors. The gull wing doors. They looked like the low to the ground fighter planes. They almost looked like a fucking fighter plane. Yeah. He had that one on the lot when you remember the scene when his son was dancing with the robot?
I do.
And he was polishing and loving his Lamborghini. I'm like, dude, you're loving the wrong Lamborghini. You need to be rubbing the Countach, the Jalpa.
One Way Street was the name of that song. One Way Street.
Yep.
You remember that?
I do. But that was my favorite song. And it definitely had one of the better training montages. Hearts on Fire. God. Dude, Hearts on Fire was good. Hearts on Fire was definitely.
We're gonna get booted off for this one, but I don't care.
That's not Hearts on Fire. That's just the training.
No,
montage.
I know. This is the first. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was the first training montage when he walks outside the cabin in Siberia and he sees the frozen tundra in front of him.
Let me tell you what. If there's people fucking out there that you guys were born like in the mid-late 90s and 2000s and you're watching this show, do yourself a fucking favor. You've never seen Rocky. First off, shame on you. Okay, number one, shame on you. Shame on your parents for not telling you about Rocky. That's number 2. Number 3, go fucking find Rocky.
Ryan is trying to get us back on track. Really?
I know he is. Hold on.
Ryan must be an extreme newbie to the show, trying to get us back on track, trying to handle us like we're autistic and shit.
Let me just wait till it gets this intro part. Let me wait till this kicks in and we'll go back.
We'll go back, Ryan. Take it easy, brother. We appreciate having you here, but this is how the show rolls.
We're coming back, I promise.
We got to get our bullshit point across.
Fucking YouTube. Dude, I remember like I used to work out at this gym and they blast when this fucking came on. Like you went from like 50 pounds to like 80 pounds instantly.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I love the piano in this.
All right, we'll cut it out.
Hold on. How can you not get pumped to that?
I'm pumped right now, man.
All right, I don't need to see that, sir. You do that on your own time.
You want to see? I'll have to make the screen bigger.
No, you won't. In fact, as a matter of fact, you may have to shrink it down to it's cold in the swimming pool size.
All right.
Okay, good stuff.
Right.
Good stuff. Definitely one of my favorite Rockies because it was also very relevant. It was one of the more relevant Rockies because it was more than just boxing. It was more than just boxing going on. I mean, we were talking about, sport relations with the Soviet Union, friggin' communist country back then. So, I mean, there was more to it than that. There was a lot of political undertones in that movie. Quite a lot. And of course, and of course, I love the way that Rocky addressed it. During this fight, I seen a lot of changing. The way you felt about me and the way I felt about you.
If I can change.
No, hold on. Let me in here. There are two guys killing each other, but I guess that's better than 20 million. I'm like, Rocky dropping some knowledge. Dropping some knowledge that if I can change, then you can change. All right, guys, we're getting back on track.
Everyone can change.
Yep, everyone can change.
All
right, now we're getting back on track to the main card. We've talked about the main event. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the co-main event that was supposed to have taken place at BKFC. Was it 10 or 11? It was 11, I believe.
11.
It was 11.
Originally,
it was supposed to have been at 10 in Wichita, Kansas, at the First Bank Arena. Yeah, not the First Bank Arena, or whatever it was. Intrust Bank Arena. Yeah. And it's going to be featuring 2016 Olympic bronze medalist making his first bare knuckle fight, Nico Hernandez. Excited about that.
Now, also, too, Nico Hernandez versus Chancey Wilson. This will also hold a little bit exciting for me, being in the Knucklepedia business. It's the first male 125-pound bout.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yep. It's going to be the first 125-pound bout.
You get to populate some fields.
Yeah. No, really. No, that's exactly what I do. It's going to be interesting, man. You go back and look at Nico, and he's very fucking offensive. He brings it to you. To see him transition to that, that Olympic style where it's kind of defensive and it's more point-based and stuff, right?
He's going from scientific to brawling.
Right.
Is what he's doing. He's going from scientific brawling. And what's interesting about this fight is that Nico is still undefeated as a boxer, but he's still very young in his boxing career. So to step away from the boxing ring into the squared circle of BKFC at this point in his professional journey, I have a lot of respect for him on that, because a lot of boxers wouldn't probably take this chance this early in their professional career. And I have nothing but props for him for saying, you know what, let's give this a try, because I can always come back. I can always come back to boxing, because right now I am unchallenged in professional boxing. He's either 7-0 and 8 or 8-0 as something like that.
Howie. I'm not sure. I know. I talked to him. I talked to Nico before the Kansas bout got canceled.
He fought at 117.
Yeah, I talked to him before, and he told me it was at 125, which I imagine he probably didn't have to cut anything. He probably just rolls right up in there, and does his thing. So,
well, he's a young kid on top of that. So, I think, he's going to do just fine on that. And Chancey Wilson, 6 MMA fights so far into his career.
Yep.
Another interesting pairing up, the boxer against the MMA fighter.
Yep.
I always like to see that when they and both of them on their debut. We had built it up a lot at BKFC 10 when we were in Wichita. They had the opportunity to talk during the final press conference. Unfortunately, as you know, we didn't get further than the final press conference, unfortunately, because that was right around the flare-up the initial flare-up of COVID-19. So unfortunately, the Kansas State Athletic Commission shut us down just after we finished the final press conference.
Yeah. And then next up, Dave Rickles, the caveman.
Ooh.
So he's finally making his bare knuckle debut. It's gonna be fucking exciting.
I'm so excited for this, man. Longest tenured Bellator fighter in history.
Let's pause that. Let me address this. Well, the boxer's gonna win. Well, Ryan, I tell you what, with bare knuckle,
you don't know that. No,
well, hold on. So historically, because I've done the math, I know.
Yep.
You check out knucklepedia.com, you can go look at all the records. Historically, when it's been MMA fighter versus a tenured MMA fighter versus a tenured boxer, statistically, the MMA fighter has won. Statistically, MMA fighter is more successful in bare knuckle. Again, statistically, the MMA fighter has done better because I don't know. It could be because of the clinching, the use of the half plumb clinch. It could be fighting in close and the dirty boxing.
And Ryan, you also have, not only that, Ryan, you have to think about this because it's easy to say that the boxer is going to win, but you also have to look at the tenure of bare knuckle fighting to begin with. We're only 2 years old. I just think it's wrong to make that assessment right out the gate because as far as statistics go, you are correct for the most part, but we don't have those kind of numbers to say 100% that the boxer is going to win. We're not in that position, and we haven't had as many fights to really start saying that the boxer stepping in automatically has the puncher's chance and such, because just because you're the boxer does not mean that you're going to fare up well once those gloves come off. There's no guarantee on that, Ryan.
And let's also reiterate too, because I know we've said this a dozen times. But bare knuckle is not. It's not as simple as saying, "Oh, well, it's just boxing without gloves."
It is,
because that's not true.
It is the furthest thing.
It's an entirely different sport. And I think a lot of people they think that because when it was Paulie and Artem, when all that hype was going on, everybody was like just completely fucking wrote Artem off, especially all the boxing people. They're just like, this is stupid. Of course, Paulie's going to win. Former world champion, and he didn't even. Granted, he lost. He broke, I think, both his hands early on, but
it wasn't even a split decision. It was a unanimous.
It didn't look that good at all. To be fair,
I like how Paulie said that he hardly got touched. I'm like, dude, your eyebrow is split.
Let's see. Howie, Dat, and Reggie are exceptions. Yes, but do you know what the difference is between them? Is Dat and Reggie are both offensive. They're not defensive boxers.
And they've also
that's another big thing.
Another thing, Ryan, I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more. The ones who are successful in bare knuckle are the ones who truly push the aggressive pace.
Yep.
Dat and Reggie understand how the pace works. Ryan, we've had undefeated people come into bare knuckle and lose. Undefeated is not important. Do I give probably a little bit more of the edge to Nico Hernandez? Yeah, I do, because Nico Hernandez, as of right now, is coming in with an undefeated, right? And he also was tested in a different area of boxing in the Olympics. Sure. Boxing in the Olympics is completely and totally different than boxing in the pros. It's completely different. So, because he has been acclimatized to two styles of boxing, that may prepare him a little more for bare knuckle fighting. But then again, we don't know that, because for all we know, Chancey Wilson could come with tougher knuckles.
Who is the guy?
He could.
Man, hold on. I don't want to sound stupid, so let me look this up before I say it. Keep talking, Jeff. You're good. Go ahead.
I'm always good at talking. I'm excited about Rickles and Wright, because we've got two Bellator fighters. Dave has been foaming at the mouth to finally get the opportunity to fight under the bare knuckle banner, finally gets the opportunity to this Saturday. And Clifford Wright is another guy who's very, very excited about representing the BKFC banner. So it's really another one that I really want to, I want to see this go down. And I think, honestly, both of these guys are going to give us a show. Come on, you got to agree with me on that, Josh. I think Dave and Clifford, that's going to be a great fight.
Well, here's an example. Here you go. Here's a good example. So BKFC 11, right?
Please answer my question before you go on.
I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
I just said, I have a feeling that the fight between Rickles and Wright they're gonna give us a hell of a show.
It's gonna be fucking good. No, 100%. 100%. But to go back to the whole boxing versus MMA thing, so you could go back to matter of fact, Ryan, go to
Ryan is fucking challenging us today, man.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Listen,
Ryan,
Brian.
you got some hair on your fucking peaches, man. I'm digging it, man.
Listen,
keep at
Ryan,
it.
Go to Barenakle. What the fuck is my link? Go to barenakle.tv and you can use Combat Insiders as a code and you'll get for $3.99. Anyway, if you go back to BKFC 11, Luis Hernandez was an undefeated boxer against
8-0
Bobby Taylor. Now,
and he was an RJJ boxer too.
He's RJJ protege, right? Like that's his boy.
Protege, not protege.
Protege. What? Come on.
Well, there is no such word as protege, so of course I'm gonna fuck you up with that.
So go back and watch it. Bobby Taylor versus Luis Hernandez, and I mean, I won't say Bobby Taylor like took it like all the way home, but I thought he clearly won the fight.
He fought the fight the way a bare knuckle fighter should. He pushed the pace.
Now, the one thing a traditional boxer, I think, in my opinion, will probably always have is better footwork for the most part. I know that's not always.
But he'll also get, but statistically speaking, he'll also hit and get on his bike.
Yes, he hit and run, jab. Yeah, yep, 100%.
I see that more statistically from that. So it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see. Sometimes we're proven wrong, sometimes we're not. Bobby, I agree with you, Howie. Bobby definitely deserved that contract at the last Total Line Fight Series.
Bobby is a tough dude. And guys, you can check out all these events and more, knucklepedia.com. Go check it out.
You certainly can, man. That is the place to go when it comes to stats and information on your favorite bare knuckle fighters, on bare knuckle events and such. Anything bare knuckle. This is your one-stop shop when it comes to looking up information. Like I said, favorite fighters, events, whatever your bare knuckle needs may be, Knucklepedia is the place to be, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'll PayPal you like $50 for that. I appreciate that.
You can have that one. The next one, I'm gonna start putting you on a scale.
Oh, come on, man.
Yep. Gotta do it.
Let's see. Bobby Taylor, tough dude. Yep. I'm having fun. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, the sport. How can
you not love the sport?
I say it every fucking time, and I'm sure the people who watch this all the time get tired of me saying it, but I don't care, man. Like, I love MMA. Don't get me wrong. MMA was my entry, kind of into the combat sports world. I mean, yeah, like I as a kid, I would hear about the Tyson fights and Holyfield, and I watched it. But in terms of like being just extremely passionate about combat sports, it was MMA, right? That was my first love in the combat sports. Starting to cover bare knuckle, we started covering bare knuckle from day one, day zero, right? And
I was there from the beginning. I'll be there till the end,
of course. And the pace, man, the pace and the timing of bare knuckle. I've been to multiple MMA shows, multiple bare knuckle shows, and I tell you, in person, I don't know if there's a whole lot that can really compare to fucking bare knuckle. Like, it's just different.
There's nothing like being at a bare knuckle fight. There's nothing like it. It's
different.
It's incomparable. It is. You cannot compare bare knuckle to any other combat sport. It has a mind of its own. It has a pace of its own. It is unbelievable to watch. Speaking of unbelievable, oh man, a heavyweight bout that was supposed to also take place on the Wichita fight is going to be coming back. And like I said, we've got so many wonderful announcements that we've made on BKFC 13. And here is another one. The return of the Hillbilly Hammer, Sam Shoemaker, making his way back into the squared circle. And boy, does he have a tough test. Another seasoned bare knuckle fighter, Josh Burns, who he was supposed to have fought at BKFC.
Who is also the Hammer. He's Josh the Hammer Burns, so it's Hammer versus Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer versus Hammer. I'm going to tell you, one person is going to be Thor, and the other one is going to be Ace True Value. It's just going to depend on who's got the hammer of Thor in this friggin' one, because both of these guys, big fucking punches, even though that Sam Shoemaker still to this day has the hardest recorded punch in bare knuckle history. I think it was somewhere around
Fastest
seven. I think it was somewhere around 1,700 pounds per square inch.
She also has the record for fastest KO. Sam Shoemaker, fastest KO. I don't even have this on. Hold on.
18 seconds. 18 seconds.
18 seconds. Right here.
18 seconds. Yep. But it's not the fastest knockdown.
The fastest knockdown goes to Abby
Velasquez.
1 second.
1 second. Fastest
knockdown. 1 fucking second. Abby knocked down
I'm not, but you know something? I'm not surprised by that, Josh. I'm not surprised. I would expect somebody. No, but I don't.
Rick Caruso. Sorry. Rick Caruso. Go ahead.
But I'm not surprised by that because you have to remember where these guys start.
Yeah.
They don't start in their respected corners. They're towing the line. So it was only a matter of time before somebody gets a 1 second knockout standing toe to toe, nose to nose at the beginning of the fight.
I need to update this.
I would like to see Sam's punching power come out because I think what Sam needs to do with this is that he needs to put the pedal to the metal. He needs to push forward, put the motherfucker in drive, not reverse. And that's what I want to see. And I think we're going to see that. We haven't seen him in a while. I know that he had a boxing match a while ago, and unfortunately, he did suffer defeat. In fact, I believe it was Tommy Gunn's son who handed him his most recent loss. I believe he fought Tommy Gunn's son.
Okay.
Looks just like him, too. No. Hey, Ryan, thank you for joining us, buddy. Keep challenging us, man. I appreciate that. I don't take anything personal. I have extremely thick skin. Josh, you could probably make Josh cry. You're not going to make me cry anytime soon, but you'll definitely get me to raise my voice a time or two. But we appreciate you coming on. And like I said, keep challenging us, man. Keep bringing it. You know, we got something for you here. We got something for you here. We ain't going to back down from this shit. And if you went ahead and posted back and said, hey, say that to my face, gladly. I've been knocked down before. I'll probably be knocked down again.
The likelihood is very high.
Hey, I'm a loudmouth. Loudmouths get punched in the face.
What do you think, Jeff? I think in this instance, Sam is going to be the smaller guy. I think Sam is used to being kind of the bigger guy, but
Josh is much wider. Josh is dude. Josh, I mean, you know, I know Dave Rickles is the caveman, but damn, Josh got that big Neanderthal look to him, man. I mean, he's just a big guy. Plus, he knows what it is to fight across the pond because he fought with BKB. So he's bare knuckle seasoned. He's not coming into this a greenhorn. Oh yeah, I know. He's already down there. He took a picture in front of Tony's Event Center this afternoon. I saw that. Okay.
Red Pierce is back in action. I'm just looking here. Miles McDonald.
We got Miles. Yep. Rowdy Akers, another guy with a bare knuckle record. He's 1-0 currently on his bare knuckle record. Interesting to see. LJ Hermrich. I've heard good things about him, man. I'm interested to see what he is going to bring into that. And we got some interesting names, man. We got Isaac Doolittle. I wouldn't be surprised if his nickname were Doctor.
So that's my joke, Jeff. How dare you?
Well, how dare I?
But, I mean, could you imagine? Well, I mean, you have to say it, so you're going to have to say, and now, that's like pro wrestling style, but I don't care. Isaac, Dr. Doolittle.
It is so sad to see the untalented.
That's pretty good. Scale of 1 to 10.
-1.
No, come on, Jeff.
I am one of the best ring announcers in the world, and I just heard you mock my profession. -1.
There was no mockery. There was no tomfoolery on that one, Jeff. I tried my heart out.
It was nothing but boulder dash.
Don't you boulder dash me.
Pish tosh poppycock.
You take your poppycock elsewhere.
You take your poppy cap and shove it up your ass. You saying Sam has huge hands, dude? Howie, have you seen Josh? Ooh, man, I think They both got big hands, but Josh got some big hands too. I mean, like I said, this is a battle of big men, man. I think Josh is about 6'2", 6'3", and I think Sam's around the same neighborhood. So these are both big guys, and Josh just seems like one of those guys that just got horsepower. But the one thing I am not 100% certain on is if Josh has the lungs. To me, it seems like Sam would have a little bit more of the lung capacity than Josh, but I could be proven wrong. I could be, because Sam's a little bit leaner, but I want to see the one punch machine gun back in action.
Well, Sam's gone the distance 4 of his 5 fights,
so he can.
Yeah,
but I just don't want him to run. I want him to get in there. I want him to get dirty. Unfortunately, not unfortunately. I say unfortunately. I should not say unfortunately when it comes to getting your hands dirty in bare knuckle fighting, because that's what Papa Dave expects. He expects everyone to get in there and just absolutely. He just wants destruction. He thrives on beautiful destruction. And I think that's what we get in bare knuckle fighting. We get just a pat load of beautiful destruction. I like that.
Wait a minute,
like that.
Howie. Wait.
Beautiful destruction.
Wait, Howie. Were you saying what I think you're saying?
Howie, if you were cleaning out your ears, I may give you a pass on that. Sounded just like you. Howie, are you serious? A man who was mocking my profession and you say sounded just like you?
Wait.
What are you trying to start shit now, Howie? Are you trying to be the next Scott Burt?
Wait. I could be the Mr. Live Worldwide backup. Like I could be waiting I could be waiting like on the bench, in case if you have to like run and go take a shit, I could do.
You couldn't lace up my boots, and my boots have no laces.
Hey, I can wait in the wings, Jeff. Look, we'll buy identical suits. We'll buy identical shoes and every fucking thing.
Waiting in the wings. I'd rather you wait in the jet turbine while it's turned on.
I'll even do the fucking inverted tie. I'll do the whole spiel. I'll do the whole thing.
You ain't doing no fucking inverted tie. That is mine.
I'll bleach tips. I'll put bleach tips in my hair.
Jesus Christ! Are you how much? Listen, how much do I have to sing or answer for that? Okay, I get it. It was wrong,
Jeff. This is money right here. We could take it like a tour. We could go like nationwide. It could be like the tour of the worldwide.
No, sir. I am money. You are bus fare.
Listen, Mr. Live Worldwide times 2.
No,
right?
No. Well, you're big, so it'd be Mr. Live Worldwide times 3.
Well, hey, either way, hey, marketing. I think we have something.
No, I do not. You have nothing. You have nothing. You know what you have? You have delusion.
I don't think so, Jeff.
I think so, sir. Like I said, you couldn't lace up my boots, and my boots have no laces.
Listen, we'll go to the same hairstylist. We'll go to the same everything.
You have to have hair to begin with, sir.
Listen, I'll let it grow out. We'll do the same everything, and we'll.
Josh, I say this with all sincerity in my heart.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, I think you're only saying no because I think you're a little tunnel vision right now. You can't see the big picture. But once I show you the big picture, Jeff.
In this situation, if you decide to go ahead and say the cliche, you can't see the forest for the trees, I would burn down the forest. Okay?
Just accept it.
No, I will not. I will not. Hey, I'm going to tell you something right here. Do you know what you see here? You see greatness. On the other side, you see mediocrity. It's not going to happen.
You're not mediocre, Jeff. I don't think like that.
I don't think like that. Look at me. My name is Josh, and I'm very clever.
You said it.
No, I said it facetiously.
All right. I guess we'll just have to move on.
We're not tabling that discussion, so don't even ask about it. It was a good chuckle.
It was a little more than that, but
it was a chuckle. It was nothing more than that. It was high in the sky pie in the sky thinking is what it was. It is something that will never come to fruition because I will not allow it.
You'll just talk into like the lapel on your jacket and be like, code red, and then that's where I come in. I come down the ramp and you're like, code red, and then I hop in and it's like I just stand in the frame and it's like nobody will know.
Do you know?
And I see he's speechless.
The only time that I will ever say code red into my lapel mic is the fact that you're there in the first place. And then I will have you promptly removed by security and you will be escorted into the parking lot.
And I'll go, Fort Lauderdale, what time is it?
Fuck you. Now you're really trying to go home. Now you're really trying to take this one home. I don't say that anymore, okay? I'm going to tell you something. I beta tested that for a while, and guess what? It didn't work because most people didn't know what time it was. It was kind of interesting. It just wasn't working. So guess what? No, put that shit down. Put that shit down.
Fort Lauderdale.
Now you're fucking.
What time is it?
It's time for you to put the fucking microphone down and leave the professional work to the professionals.
I don't know. I think I have something.
No, I think that you are about a couple of steps away from a big white jacket and getting yourself checked into a padded room. That's what I think.
Is that what you're going to be wearing? Because we can match.
Absolutely not. See, I will be the one on the outside, still wearing my tux, still welcoming everybody.
I think we're gonna have to poll. Let's poll the 5 people in here. Let's poll it.
You're gonna poll people who are not ring announcers, who have never been ring announcers a day in their life, and you're going to ask them if you could be any kind of a backup. I'm gonna tell you something. My shits have a better chance of announcing than you do,
Jeff.
No,
I don't listen.
No, now you're insulting. Hey, do you see me going after your job? Do you see me trying to say, "Hey, let's team up and let's do something. Let's do this. I'll be your backup."
Hey, first off, I'm not trying to take your job. I just want to be backup.
You can't take my job. Nobody can take my job.
And I'm a reasonable man.
No, you're not.
So here's what we do. So whether or not I'm needed or not, I'm still going to need 20%. That way, that's just for me to come out there and get into the.
I'll give you 50%.
The mantra. Well,
I'll give you 50% of my foot up your ass.
Hey, 20%. I'll take 20%. That's it. I'm not asking for a lot, Jeff.
Sir, the only thing that you're going to have to worry about, number 1, is my foot up your ass. Number 2 is the door hitting you the ass on the way out as you are ceremoniously ejected from the building.
I think you're being a little reasonable about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Furs, thank the Lord, has left the building.
See? I bet if you, cut the screen off, they wouldn't know who said that.
Yeah, bullshit, man.
You cut the screen off, it'll be like, who said Josh said that or Jeff said that? Who said that?
I am not sweating. I was not sweating when they had to back up. Are you kidding? I wasn't sweating. Howie, I had just gotten off the flight from fucking Poland. It's funny because I watched a couple of videos and I did look a little tired that day, but consider the source. Consider where I was coming from. Less than 24 hours from there, I was announcing an MMA event in Warsaw, Poland. And I wasn't sweating. And as a matter of fact, I made it to the venue before the prelim even started. So I could have done the whole show, but I chose not to do the prelim because this guy had already been paid. He'd already been put up. So I figured, and there was only one prelim to begin with. So he did the prelim. We thanked him for that. And I know that he was pissed that I was there because he was hoping that my flight would have been delayed so that he could have done the show. Anybody else would have been, anybody else would have wished for my flight to be delayed to get that opportunity. I get that.
Who was the backup, or do you not want to say? Who was the backup?
I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was the announcer for the Tough Enough series in Vegas. Yeah, he's a good announcer. He's not better than me, but he is. He's certainly not very. I'm sorry.
I agree. He's not better than we are, Jeff. 100%.
You better stop that wee shit. See, now you're just trying to get under my skin, you piece of shit.
Yeah, he's got a if we're
Shut
the top
up,
of the ladder.
Shut up, man.
He's
Shut
like
up. It's
he's
time
like
for
middle
you.
rung.
Like I said, you know what you're trying to do? You're trying to get under my skin. You're trying to fuck with me professionally and such. You're trying to take Scott Burt's job away from him. That's what you're trying to do. Yes, you are.
I'm not. I won't.
I know you're like, oh, I'm being very serious. I believe that we've got something here. I believe that I could add a lot to Team Live Worldwide.
Hashtag.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hashtag right there, Jeff.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for my co-host. He obviously has not taken his medication today. You know, Mr. Live,
all of it.
Mr. Live part-time. How about Mr. Live no time? No time.
You know what? I think that's fair. I'll be part-time worldwide. You know.
Will not. You will
Jeff
not.
Is, Jeff is, you know, I will give credit and respect where it's due. Jeff is.
You're not giving credit or respect now.
Listen, if Jeff is the main event, he's the Mr. Live World. I'll be part-time Mr. Live Worldwide. That's fair.
I'm going to tell you something. I am going to so enjoy taking over Knucklepedia by force.
With the 20%, of course.
Like I said, 20% of my foot up your ass, and then probably another 50% of the door hitting you in the ass on the way out. So the only place after you try to usurp my role, the only thing that's going to happen, hold on. The only thing that's going to happen, the first person that you are going to have an appointment with is a fucking proctologist. Sure. Yeah, okay. Can we please move on from all this tomfoolery?
I'm trying.
No, you're not. You're not. You are adding. Every time I try to step away, man, there you are with the gas can saying, I'm not making it worse. Ooh, see, I'm not making it worse.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to move forward.
You're not.
And,
put the fucking gas can down and take the flares out of your fucking pocket. Jesus.
You mean like a runway operator like this, but with flares? You talking like that? What are you saying?
Read into that what you will.
All right.
We got more shit to talk about. Can we please stop talking about this? I'm serious. You're trying to get under my skin, and you're not getting under my skin. What you're doing is you are insulting one of the best ring announcers in the world, and you're lucky enough to be in the same room with me. You really are. He has no idea how fortunate he is to even know me. Oh God. See, look at him. Carbon copy. Carbon fucking copy. Look at him trying to be me. I feel like that this is the skit between Jay Lethal and Ric Flair.
Woo!
Where you're saying, don't feel bad because they tore down Space Mountain, and here I am. Hey, oldest ride, longest line. Woo! Hey, you can't beat me. You don't know what 60 minutes is in the ring or the bedroom. And I'm cutting you off.
Now, first up, I'm going to wear this the right way.
Thank God. Yes, I look cool. You look like a taxi driver. Actually, you look like Sami fucking Zayn. Why the fuck does Sami Zayn wear a taxi driver's hat? I never got that.
I like these kind of hats.
You would.
They look good.
Yeah, but mine looks better.
I have a pair of Ray-Bans in the car. Don't make me get those.
Oh, like I said, you make me shake in my boots, and I'm not even wearing boots. So I'm sorry. You are about as worrisome as a cloudy day. I could be right now doing something so much more challenging with my time, like rearranging my sock drawer.
Yeah, that would be more challenging than someone like you, huh?
See, there he goes again. Trying to push the buttons when no buttons exist.
I don't know.
Seriously, man, looking for that big red button, the same one where they launched the nuclear weapon, thinking that there's going to be a nuclear missile head in his direction. Well, he's just doing it to himself, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to be a carbon copy. He's hating. Hate is going to hate. Ain't is going to ain't.
I don't know what that means. I just, I think we'd be a good team.
Hey, you hate us because you ain't us.
We could be a good team, Jeff.
No, we are doing just fine on Loudmouth Fisticuffs when it comes to anything, anywhere close to any kind of a microphone near the squared circle. Let me just tell you, man, that might as well be the DMZ for you. Stay the fuck back.
Biloxi!
See, look, he's insulting me.
Is it?
Yeah, they'd say time for you to get the fuck off the microphone.
I think that's pretty close.
I think it's pretty close. You're not even in the same universe. Not even in the same universe, man. This is verbal diarrhea at its best. This is like, dude, this is like green apple splatters on the microphone.
Wait.
Green apple splatters on the motherfucking microphone.
No, listen. Straight. This shoot. I'm cutting the kayfabe here. You don't do that no more? Really? When did you stop doing that?
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious. I'm not fucking around. When did you stop doing that?
What time is it?
Yeah.
It wasn't eliciting the response that I was looking for. As a ring announcer, you beta test things.
But when did you stop? Because you did it for like.
No, I did it up to about show number 9. And then I did it up to about show number 9. No, we do not need a lead. It would be on my side every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Howie, keep looking in your bag of tricks because you haven't hit the bottom yet. Anyway, I just decided because it wasn't eliciting response, and that's what we look for as professionals. We look for a response or a connection with the fans. And I just saw too many people not responding back. And when you see that, you decide, you beta tested it for a while and it just didn't work. Oh, shut up. You're not even writing anything down. You're trying to look fucking clever.
I'm taking notes, Jeff.
No, you're not.
We have to be on the same page.
All right. Let me tell you something. There is an I in this TEAM, okay? I know the old saying is there is no I in TEAM, but this time there is. It is me.
We have to be on the same team, Jeff.
No, sir. The only we that you're going to get from me is if we go to Paris.
Listen.
Or when I take a we on your fucking head for, putting me through this. Scott would get an equal vote. You'd be surprised, Howie. You would be surprised. I like how you're pretending to write and you're pretending to be engaged.
Nope.
This is why it's called entertainment, folks. He's trying to be entertaining and he is failing miserably.
I mean, honestly,
we had a wonderful discussion about BKFC 13 and how exciting it's going to be on October 10th.
It is exciting. I can't wait.
And then this fucking fart goblin decides to go ahead and challenge the man. He tries to say that I have never been a part of an announcing team and I don't intend to start now, good sir.
First off, I am not challenging anything. I'm looking to contribute.
No, you are not. You are looking to make me look bad.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is true.
All right, so step 1.
No, step 1. Step 1, okay. Step 1, in my estimation, would be fuck off. Step number 2, see step number 1. Step number 3, revert back to step number 1. Can you see the pattern that we're going here?
The longer you take to get serious about this.
I couldn't get serious about this if I was having a heart attack. If I was having a heart attack and dying in the squared circle, there are probably a million people that I would rather have code red than you.
Well, we'll get back to it.
No, we will not.
I can see you're not ready right now. That's all right.
We will never revisit this topic again.
I'll massage the idea.
You keep your fucking grubby hands away from me.
Listen, I'll massage the idea.
You keep your celluloid fucking callous grubby fucking hands away from me, senor.
And we'll get there.
You will get nowhere.
I'm thinking by like BKFC 16 or 17. I'm thinking that maybe we'll be ready to.
I think Josh has been studying your technique. The only technique he has down is this technique in the bedroom, and I'm sure that he's probably got a few calluses there too.
I don't know why he's so upset, Howie. I just don't get it.
It's not a question of upset. It's a question of now that you are mocking me, sir. You are mocking me. Do you see me attacking your profession?
I'm not attacking. I want to be on the same team, Jeff.
You couldn't, once again, how many times do I have to tell you? You couldn't lace up my boots, and my boots have no laces.
Listen, let's move on.
I'm trying to. You keep revisiting this. Oh, well, let me massage this in there, and let's go ahead and let's table this. And I think around BKFC 16, you'll be ready for the team.
It's always nice to put a goal out in front of you. It's just like anything else.
This is not a goal, sir. This is like climbing a mountain that has no summit. You're just not going to get there.
I don't know. I think the people would disagree.
What people?
So,
you keep thinking that you have the millions and millions of the Rocks fans behind you on everything that you do. Let me tell you something, sir. The only people that you probably have on your back are the ones that are in your head.
That's right, Howie.
Every successful person has listened to suggestions for improvement. Well, I'm not giving him suggestions, and I'm not encouraging him to improve. So he's not going to be successful at this.
I think what he's trying to say is...
See, I'm trying to move on. You and Howie are trying to double team this shit and everything like that. And the only thing that you should be double teaming right now is a double-ended dildo. I think you'd probably get more success. I think you get more success teaming each other with a double-ended dildo than you would to be being a part of my announce team, because I don't have an announce team.
Now, Jeff, inappropriate.
No, Jeff, inappropriate. Here I am mocking your profession, trying to make a mockery of everything that you do. 17 years of putting this in, and here I've never announced a day in my life, but I feel that I'm worthy enough to be part of the team.
I never said I could.
Yeah, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I just want to be backup.
You said that you'd be ready by BKFC 16. You would not be ready by
the team. That's why I need to take notes.
Let me tell you something. And let me tell you something here, Buttercup. The only team that we have got is the one that is right now on 1 hour, 31 minutes into Loudmouth Fisticuffs, episode 31. That is as far as the team gets. Other than that, you are not a team when it comes to the microphone in the ring now or ever. No. Listen to me, senor. Not now, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. No.
Let me get this in there.
No. The answer is no. It's not.
Do you have any?
You like a fucking parent right now.
Do you have any breathing techniques that maybe you could suggest?
Yes, I do. Here's a good one. Fuck you. There you go.
It takes time. No, I agree, Howie. I'm just trying to
It takes time. It takes time. I think Josh is just offering help. Takes time to develop perfection.
Thank you, Howie.
Well, neither one of you have perfection in anything that you do. So therefore, why am I listening to you? Why am I listening to you?
You're the Ayatollah of the microphone. So I'm trying to take notes, man.
I am the warrior of the wasteland, the Ayatollah of rock and rolla. It starts and finishes with me. I am the standard bearer. The light is lit because of me.
I agree.
And that's where it stays. I'm not here to light your path. I'm here to light mine.
I agree. That's why.
This is how I see it. If you were following my light, do you know what I'd be doing? I'd be burning the bridge behind you.
Listen. Maybe one day you're gonna eat some. Listen.
No.
Maybe one day.
No.
You're going to be in one of your hotel escapades.
No.
Maybe you're going to smoke too many cigars or drink too many drinks. Maybe you're going to eat some bad sushi. And
I'm too professional for that.
Maybe you'll go, man, my tummy's upset. Josh, I'm calling it in.
Josh,
Code red.
Josh, I was in the ring at once with 103-degree temperature, full-on flu.
Well, it's because you didn't have any options. Now you have an option.
And in between every single
now you
fight,
have an option.
I have no options. If you are, I'm going to tell you something.
That was an option.
If you are the only option that is there, I would rather pick suicide.
Oh, come on, Jeff. You have an option. You have an alternative.
No. You are no alternative, sir.
Fine. Fine. Listen. Here's what I'm willing to do. I'll put on one of those like green screen capture suits, and they'll just CGI your body in. It'll be like.
Oh, this is starting to get fun. This is actually starting to get fun because of the ludicrous. We are at ludicrous speed right now, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone to plaid. That's how out of control that this has gotten here, because we have somebody on the other side of the screen who thinks that he is in any kind of universe to be a backup. Like I said, man, when you get on the microphone in the ring, green apple splatters happen. Verbal diarrhea. The only people that I feel bad for are the people that have to listen to your announcing because you've never done it before.
I make checklists from every project I do and how to be better the next time. Yeah, that's right. That's
Howie,
right, Howie.
Howie, we are talking about your job, not taking anything away from that, and my job in my position, completely and totally. Yeah, Casey, I appreciate that because it is amazing. It's amazing to think how delusional human beings can get. How
I'm a very sound mind individual.
No, not what the fuck did you call me, Joshua? You better back that shit off. I'm back, yeah, damn straight. Back that shit off. I don't need to hear that. Shut the fuck up. That's not cool, man. See, now you're getting personal. All right, bitch. Now you're getting personal, and now I'm gonna have to fuck your noise up. Now you're getting personal. Don't you even think about going another fucking step. I'm serious, motherfucker. Don't you dare go another fucking step. That's it. That's it. Making me throw off my fucking hat. Can't believe your ass. That was low. That was really, yeah. Strut your stuff, bitch. God, that was so fucking low. I have never given you a low blow like that. You bitch, man. God. Okay, you're all right. You're gay. We get it. How fucking old are you? Jesus Christ, man.
I appreciate that, Jeff. That was very
appreciate what? You pissed me off. Here I am trying to run a reasonable off-topic show, and you decide to get fucking personal. First of all, you mock my profession. You offer yourself as some kind of backup, which you can never be, and then you decide to infer the legal names. You decide to do that shit. I'm trying to think what the fuck I did to you. What the fuck did I do to you? Other than provide impeccable comic relief on an incredibly and upcoming popular podcast.
I made to become a self-help guru.
I'm going to tell you. Yeah. I'm going to tell you. Yeah. I don't think so, Howie. Self-help guru. I don't think so.
I'll tell you what, guys, if you enjoy what you're hearing, and why wouldn't you, smash that like button, smash the share button, because we appreciate it.
Smash the shit out of it. But not for Josh right now, because Josh has decided to be a fucking asshole tonight.
Listen, Jeff.
Let me get serious for a second here. I'm trying to copy your hat. You know, I've got this fucking houndstooth hat, which is nothing like your amazing throwback leather Kangol. I say that I have a pair of Ray-Bans, yet I have not gotten them. and I am trying.
You want me to get them? I'll get them.
Of a backup.
They're in my car. I have them.
No, because that means that you're going to be off camera. Wait, you'll be off camera. Yeah, go get them. So the show will be so much more interesting if you go get your fucking Ray-Bans, because then I'll have a good amount of time to really give the people watching some fucking good entertainment, as opposed to you, who's just going to go ahead and, decide to be a fucking, piggybacker on my talent and, more importantly, my fashion. So if you want to be a wannabe, seriously, I'll go ahead and I'll sing the song. The world needs wannabes now. Hey, do that brand new thing. Kangol, Howie. Put your hearing aid in. Check your battery. Kangol. K-A-N-G-O to the L. Like I said, check your battery, Howie. If I have to stamp a couple of times for you to hear me, please let me know.
Well, guess what, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, I know. You're done.
You don't have to miss me, because I can go get the camera.
Oh, God. He found a way around it. Oh, my God. You circumvented a way to make the show horrible.
Now, how great is this?
Oh, my God. I've got two of you. Turn that shit off. Oh, my fucking God. Are you seeing? Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wanted to know what hell looks like? This is it. Look at me. I'm sitting bitch between Josh Furs. Get me the fuck. Change this perspective. I'm not riding bitch between the both of you. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hell has been realized, and it came in
oh
God.
What time is it? I like it. I like it.
God. Can you please turn off your fucking phone? I can't pickle in the middle. Fuck you, Howie.
I think we're going to do the rest of the show like this.
I don't think so. I'm about ready to sign off and end this broadcast if you do not eliminate one. Eliminate one, or I'm leaving the studio. Thank you. I can't do it.
It's not bad. Thank you.
It's not. Howie, be on my side for once. God damn, man. I swear to God, man, you are suckling at the teat that is Joshua Furs. Cut it out. I have so much more to offer. Okay, can we not have dead air on a live broadcast, please?
I'm waiting on you.
You don't have to wait on me. All I do is fucking talk.
Well, yeah.
I'm the street man.
I don't know how to get back to where we were, but
start talking about it and stop trying to talk about bullshit to get under my skin. You're not getting under my skin. All you're doing right now is just proving to me what a jackass you are. So come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about that time. We've had too much fun for one night.
See. Instead of taking the heat, guys, he decides to get out of the kitchen.
Listen, we've been on now for almost an hour and 45 minutes. We appreciate your time with us. We appreciate the journey. He's such a pussy. Mr. Live Worldwide. I appreciate it. I appreciate him from top to bottom. So thank you, Jeff. And thank you to everybody. Whatever. Please smash the like button, smash the share button. I'm Joshua Furs. You have listened to Loudmouth Fisticuffs, #Loudmouth, #Team Worldwide. And that's all we got.